Hi, this is Eric from DevopsTechBlog.com. In this demo, we'll be using a module called Argparse to create a command line tool using Python. The first thing you want to do is make sure that you have Python installed. I'm using a CentOS machine, so I'm going to do a yum install -y python 3. And I also want to install python 3.devel and also GCC. Okay, so once those are installed, we also want to install something called pip, which allows us to install modules for Python. And there's 3 modules that we're going to be using in this demo. And those are Argparse, psutil, and datetime. So first, let's make sure we have pip3 installed. So I'm going to do a yum install -y python 3-pip. Okay, so that's installed. Now we could use pip3 to install our modules. So I'm going to do pip3 install argparse. Okay, I have that already installed. The next thing you want to install is pip3 datetime and pip3 install psutil. Okay, the next thing we want to do is get the path to where Python is installed. So I'm going to do which python 3, and that's going to give me the location. And next we're going to create our executable file. So I'm going to call it resource checker.py, and make sure your file ends with a .py extension in order to make it Python executable. And the first line in our program, we have to create something called a shebang and enter the location of Python 3. So it might be different on your computer. Whatever output you got when you ran which Python 3, you're going to enter here just like that. Next, in order to use the modules we installed earlier, we have to import them into our file. So I'm going to do import argparse, import datetime, and import psutil. So Argparse is the actual command line tool that we're going to, the module for the command line tool that we're going to be creating. Datetime is something we're going to be using in our file to get the date or the time. And psutil allows us to get resource information on our current machine that we're working. Okay, the next thing we have to do is create a parser. So I'm going to type in parser equals argparse dot argument parser, just like that. And inside these parentheses, I'm going to create a description for our command line tool. And I'm just going to write that it checks our system resources. Next, we're going to make our first argument. So that's going to be parser dot add argument. And --date, comma, -d, action equals store true. Help equals print date. Okay, so what that does is that's going to be our first argument. So when we start using our CLI tool, we could use either the --date flag or -d, and action store true. That allows me to not have to enter any arguments after that, and you'll see how that works as well. And when we print out the help menu for this CLI tool, this help equals print date, the person will see the words print date, so they'll know what that flag does. Next, we're going to make another argument. So parser dot add argument, parentheses, and the next flag is going to be dash dash resource, and short form is going to be dash R. And next, we're going to enter something called choices, and this just allows the user who uses the tool to only enter a specific set of specified arguments. So the way to do that is to create a list, and I'm going to use CPU, mem, and disk. That way the user will be able to get the CPU, the memory, and the disk space. Okay, next, I'm going to use something called nargs, which allows us to specify how many arguments we want the user to be able to enter. So this should only take one at a time, so I'm going to use one and create another help. Help equals prints resource to check. Next, I want the user to be able to enter a message, so I'm going to add another argument. So parser.add argument. In parentheses, dash dash message. And dash M. Help equals adds a message. And finally, our last argument, parser.add argument. Dash dash file. Dash F. Action is also stores true. And finally, help equals stores in file. Next, we have to create a variable called args and use that in order to define our arguments. So the way to do that is args equals parser dot parse underscore args and parentheses. Now we're going to start creating if statements to define our arguments. So the first one is going to be the date. So the way to do that is if args.date colon, and then the next line we're going to indent and create a variable called date equals datetime dot date dot today parentheses, and we're using the datetime module to get today's date, and I want to be able to print that to the screen, and also we're going to be able to save that into the file if they specify the dash F flag. So the way to do that is print date. Okay, next we're making another if statement. So if args dot resource equals CPU. I'm going to make another variable called resource and make that equal to psutil.cpu percent, and that's going to give us our CPU percentage. And I also want to show that on the screen, so I'm going to do print resource. And I'm going to do the same thing for memory and disk. So if args.resource equals mem for memory, we're going to print the memory information. So the same thing, resource equals psutil dot virtual memory. And finally, our last resource, actually want to print that too. And our last resource, if args.resource equals disk, disk usage. And inside these parentheses, we have to put the path to the path that we need to check the disk space on. So it's going to be our root volume. And finally, the message, or next is our message. So if args.message message equals args.message, and we're going to print that on the screen. And finally, if args.file, and I'm going to open up a file, so the way to do that is with open, and I'm going to name the file resources log. And that's going to enter all the information that the user requested and put that into our file so they could have it as a log file. And I'm going to use A for append, so that way it doesn't overwrite the existing data, as F colon indent F.write. And I have to make sure that the date could be executed as a string, so I'm going to do str date, and I'm going to concatenate, but I want to put a new line, so I'm going to use \n for new line. And same thing with resource, we want to make that a string. Another new line. Same thing for message. And finally, another new line for that. Okay, that should be good for our script. We can exit out of this file and save it. And the next thing we have to do in order to allow us to execute the file is change the permissions. So I'm going to do a chmod and 755 on our resource checker.py file. And next, let's test out our script. So /resource checker.py, and I'm going to do a -h to see if we could get the help menu. Okay, it looks like I forgot a colon there, so I'm going to go back into my file. Okay, so I just ran the same line again, and I'm able to print out our help message that we created. So you can see that we have our check system resources, the description that we entered, and then our arguments, and our next to the flags for our arguments, you could see the help messages we created. Okay, now we could start using our script. So // the name of our script is resourcechecker.py. Now we could use either --date or -d. We're not going to pass any arguments for that flag, and that'll allow us to receive the date, today's date. Next, we're going to do -r and choose which resource we want to get information for. And the only options we're allowed to use are CPU, mem, or disk. If we don't use any of those, we'll get an error. So I'm going to type in CPU to get our CPU information. And next, we can create a message. So I'm going to do -m, and I'm going to just create a message called "This is today's CPU info." And finally, I have an option to store this information in a file that we created in our script. So if I want to do that, I could just specify the -f and use that without any arguments and press enter. So on the screen, it shows us our CPU information. It shows us the date, how much CPU we're using, and the message we put. And it also created a file because I specified the -f argument. So if I do a ls-al, you can see here that I have a resources log. So our Python script created that log, and I can cat it out to see what information is in there. So just like we had shown on our screen, we also have in our file, just in case we wanted a log file for that, and it shows the same thing, the date, the CPU information, and the message we added. And we could do the same thing for memory and disk. And that is how you create a command line tool using Python with the module Argparse. Thank you for watching.